Mm.
Welcome everybody to Ember Cinder Upper Semis. We are currently at. It is a great week to start off with some League of Legends in the IBSG League as we jump straight into draft between Jolly Roger Black Pearl and GCCe Hyrulean Heroes. It is I Banana Bread XD with my co-host Sekio.
Yeah, hello, I'm super happy that we're here at the beginning of the week and we're watching some League of Legends games. And I believe currently we are seeing Ari as a first pick, which is a pretty good one. Ari is, I would say, she's pretty flexible. You can play her as, I don't know, you can play her with multiple playstyles. So it's a pretty good pick to start with. And now you can see the smolder enemy in the other side.
Yeah, Jolly Rogers. Their last series they picked Ari also, but they picked it B4. So Goat
Mm-hmm.
Theory really likes that Ari. So just very confident in that pick. Currently, Plat 4 plays a lot of mages, so really comfortable with that
Nice.
pick here. But like off rip, we're seeing both teams just kind of matching each other with the bot side picks in mid lane and bot.
Yes, and that's something you gotta keep an eye on, and you can use it. That like he likes to play mage, plus he is pretty good with Ari, so that's something you gotta keep an eye on him. And also, I can see that they are looking to have get rid of fighters from the second phase rotation, trying to get rid of Zahan, and also Pantheon is something you don't really want to see. That he's just like he got the I would say the ultimate that can makes him have some global presence plus his early game damage, which is pretty hard to play versus Gwen will be the pick here. It's pretty weird, like they pick Gwen, so they blind top and they even have like the mid lane picked off, so they are lost picking jungle. That's something I would say it doesn't happen frequently.
Yeah, for Jolly Rogers, I mean, they drafted GCC Hyrulean Heroes. Like they pretty much like their entire ban plan is just like cut into that jungler pool. That's four junglers banned away there from Jolly Rogers, so that kind of indicates that they really want to kind of quell that early game power because the jungle was very influential in that early game. And Jolly Rogers, they pick Nasus against the Gwen because like Nasus is like a kind of like a pseudo counter-ish, just because like you're maxing that Wither second, so you kind of just nullify a lot of that all in. And it's gonna be Maokai jungle here, so a very solid blind here into that jungle that you don't really see that often.
I never saw Maokai like yeah, it's pretty hard to say Maokai in jungle since we have a lot of better junglers at the meta currently. And oh, they're picking Cassanti, so it's Gwen jungle. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, I don't think that Cassanti can like he's one of the rulers in the top lane, don't get me wrong, but when you're playing versus Nasus, his passive is so basic, it's lifesteal, and it scales with time, so he will just like grab his free to footwork and just try and farm CS and get some HP and XP under his turret.
Yeah, I mean, there's not very many things like you can punish the Nasus early, but if the Nasus is just farming for free, you push him in, he's farming, work pretty well. Making use of that Q cooldown and the sustain with the passive, then Nasa's just gonna outscale you regardless. So, um, I mean, Hyrulean Heroes, they're kind of just matching that scaling a little bit there with that Jinx and the Gwen. So they're kind of looking for these big team fights with Jolly Rogers. I mean, it's stack central. You gotta smolder and Nasus. Like the early game isn't like good by any means, but they have a lot of disengage, so they're gonna scale really hard into those mid game team fights. So I really expect them to kind of sack a couple Drakes, sack a couple objectives, and kind of just look to funnel gold into their primary carries in the side lanes.
And you mentioned something that's pretty important that you can't play both sides as a weak side, like a scaling champions. You need some balance, you need early game aggression, something that you can try to go with the trades across the map. Speaking of, if your enemies are taking Drake, you should be on Void Grubs, and like same thing goes for the other side. And the problem is, you can't do that with Nasus and Smolder at the same team. Who's gonna deal damage? Also, you have Mocha. You don't have a lot of good early game objective control. You don't have a lot of early game objective takedowns. Like, you don't have the damage to do it at this point.
Yeah, and like mid lane is also hard too, because like Aurora is so slippery with the W and the E combination. So I mean, Hyrulean Heroes, I really like their comp, but Jolly Rogers, I mean, if they're able to scale and kind of like quell that early game a bit, like
Hmm.
they're kind of big chilling. But yeah, you made a lot of
They
great
are.
points. But like we're gonna have to see because like in the standings, Jolly Rogers ended the as a second seed. They were 5-1. Um, Hyrulean Heroes, they're the third seed, 4-2, so just a little bit behind. But 11-5 game record to 8-6 game record, so it's a pretty
Hmm.
sizable gap there. As Jolly Rogers kind of just dominated a lot more series. So we're gonna have to see how it goes because in the first week of the playoffs, uh, yeah, in the upper quarters, Jolly Rogers swept Feed the Dream, and then Hyrulean Heroes they dropped one game to Rivals DX.
Hmm.
So they kind
Yes,
of did drop.
yeah, they did really good performance the previous games. The problem for, like, I won't say the problem for me. So like their audience, they should be expecting better from them when it comes to draft. I know that most of IPSG goes to, I don't know, 30-minute games, 40-minute games. That's a lot of time. And if that happen, I believe that Jolly Rogers can just capitalize over this and win the game, since they automatically win late game. You have Smolder that infant scales. You have Nasus who got the same thing in his pocket. Mukai, his nature's grass, can act like just a pretty good engager for the team itself. And Ari is here to just try and balance stuff. Ari's playstyle, it's either you will try to clear waves as quick as possible when you have level 5, 3 auto attacks, double Qs. You can just clear the entire wave and start moving, or you will try and play on I would say controlling the mid and trying to prevent Aurora, excuse me, from moving to any place in the entire game. So questions been asked. Will Julie Rogers get this W after a long time in game? Believe me, I don't think that he can do it in a pretty short time, or And we are back with game number 1 to our series tonight. First of all, we have GR on the blue side and GCC on the red. Both teams are having some kind of early game aggression here, trying to get some information, deep vision from both sides. And as always, I'll be your sorry, not your play-by-play. I'll be your color caster, and as always, we have Banana Bread as the play-by-play. Hello, man. How you doing?
Wow. I said the intro like twice, and I didn't realize that my mic was muted. That's really awkward. But no bug.
happens. It happens to the best of us.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, looking across the board, looking at the summer spells and keystones, nothing too crazy. Pretty average stuff. But like we talked about before the game, like during draft, I mean, Jolly Roger, I mean, they're gonna have a little rough time early, but I really don't see, like, this is IBSG, so like, I really doubt that they can really punish that early game, because like, that's why like these scaling champions are so strong in these leagues, because they're not really able to be punished. You know, you got these games that go on forever, they can't really, most teams can't really end within like 30 minutes, 25 minutes before they kind of hit those big power spikes. So, you know, we're gonna have to see how Hyrulean heroes play this out here.
It feels like they are playing pretty well when it comes to top side, at least. Cassante having some prior here. At the same time, they're playing some ball on bot side, trying to dodge it. Gwen is just pretty late when it comes to like having some clear in the jungle. You can see her, she's still on wolves. You have the Grump and the blue buff, so both of them are still up. On the other side, Mokai, even though he's pathing is a bit weird, but he just finished the all his camps, I believe. Like both are late, but Gwen, she's super late.
Yeah, so Maokai should get first dibs on that bot scuttle here. It looks like, but based on how bot lane's going, I mean, it looks like Jolly Rogers are gonna have a bit more lane crowd just because, you know, you got that double range bot lane playing against that Braum, so they should be having a good time. It's a nice little bubble bot lane. But yeah, it looks like Maokai knows like, hey, I'm not gonna win that bot lane, so he's just gonna go for the top scuttle. They're just gonna trade scuttles. So both junglers can pretty much just gonna be dead even, very small marginal CS leads in top mid. So, but it's a slight goldie for Jolly Rogers, which is kind of to be expected in that bot lane matchup, but we'll see how it goes. Gwen gets that first reset and gets that Dark Seal. She will be spotted mid heading top side. Maokai invading that Raptor respawn here.
Yes, and it looks like that Nasus just destroyed his wave stats, state in top side. I believe he should die over this wave, but ironically, Cassandra just give him the benefit of the doubt and he's leaving him to survive till another day. He still got the flash. Cassandra, I believe, like, bro, like, you had the game, you have the wave frozen by your side, you can just deny Nasus from getting closer to the wave and enjoy your lane. It should be it. But, as you have said earlier, we're still in IBSG, so most of players, they're just here to play for fun, to have some fun moments, to have some pretty late game experience. The team fight that they give you the adrenaline rush and you feel so good after winning some of those trades or like some of those team fights. So Cassandra just ignoring the fact that he can just make Nessus suffer, and he's like, yeah man, go ahead, take your CS.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's going up like pretty aggressive, but I mean, Nass has already reset, got the Sheen, so he's gonna be chilling. Like you said before, I mean, T-Die didn't really kind of set that wave state, right? So now it's pushing back the Nasus. Nasus can't hold a freeze. Because like when you're playing those champions that can go like really aggressive, it kind of like you feel forced, like you have to do something with that aggression. And like
True.
with these
Oh,
scaling champs, like
-1.
up, he lost the cannon. That's -6 stacks right there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
or
rough.
12.
Losing the cannon, it's because you get 3 for regular minions and you get, or no, it's 6, so you get
But
double for
uh,
siege minions.
you get 12 for the cannon, no miss, or 6.
I think that's like an ARAM, so it's like, so you get 3
Oh yeah, yeah, true.
regular stacks and yeah, you
I
get
am an autumn
6.
warrior.
I play like I've been playing nothing but ARAM. I can't play solo queue. It makes me I don't know how that didn't stop the recall, but yeah, I can't stand playing solo queue. Like I got like I'm like playing in low diamond with like Masters MMR. It's the worst.
Mhm. Yeah, tell
But
me
top
about it.
lane, Big Bob. Oh, he doesn't actually go for it, but honestly, I think he might have killed him if he actually went for it. But looks like T-Die is looking to kind of freeze that wave top here, but Nick Bob is going to look for that reset. Right now, I mean, nothing is really going on. Marth
They're
Stoner
just
does get spotted
CSing.
bot. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, like they're not really punishing him. Like Jolly Rogers, even though they have the scaling comp, they have a gold lead. It's mostly in mid lane. Like that entire gold lead is literally just mid lane. I don't honestly, I don't really think it's like it's just like a trading issue or anything. I think it's just a CS issue, you know? Like you just
Mm,
miss CS. Because like, I don't know, Aurora has like really weird autos. Like a lot of mages, like they have really weird autos you have to get used to.
true.
So first Drake gonna get taken by Jolly Rogers. There was Super Mega Death Rocket trying to steal that, but it's gonna get blocked. So that's gonna be first Drake taken. Second Drake, it will be a mountain. So you know, having a scaling comp with a first Drake stacking is really good here. Top lane flashing away from that charged up W there. So McBob is out of an ult, out of teleport, and no flash. So now we'll see if they can take advantage of that now. But I mean, both junglers haven't really done literally anything all game. They're just
Yeah,
going
they're,
band for band in the CS department. So
both are just forming, CSing, trying to do nothing in the game. At the same time, I don't think that anyone is capitalizing from his advantage. Speaking of Keisante, he's just like, yeah, man, I will let it slip this time. I have my flash, I have everything, but it won't. Charm in the mid lane, it won't matter. They're just handshaking. No Spirit Rush invested here. Like, ironically, Spirit Rush, you land that Charm, he can deal something, but on the other hand, a pretty late, I would say, cross-map play. They're trying to take Void Grubs, but normally you won't try to even contest it, and you're playing a late game composition, so it's a lot easier for them to try to do this. The bubble won't plan
that
about
was
the
a really
waves.
good, that was a really good sidestep
Mm-hmm.
from that
It
bubble.
is.
Because if that hit, that definitely would have killed. So nice job
True.
there. Cross map top lane. As a
No
Ballistic
flash.
Demon is gonna have to be careful. He does have that. Ooh, I think that W landed. That could have forced the barrier, but very yeah, Ballistic Demon. I mean, you're by yourself, buddy. You don't want to walk up. You're gonna have to give a little bit of gold. So looking to go for that Yuntal Wild Arrows here for that first item. Not quite gonna finish. But I mean, again, it's still the gold lead's pretty much been the same for like the past like 9 minutes. That's a good chunk of gold going into that Smolder's pocket mid lane. Lots of aggressive trading there. Ari can kind of do that just because she has that innate sustain with the passive, so she doesn't really have to worry too much about that.
Yeah, and also at this point, you can see that JR, they're just like, yeah, they're that guy. They're CSing, they have advantage in CS, AD carry mid lane. Top side, it doesn't matter, Nessus is just stacking. And speaking of the stacks here, it's pretty important
Ooh,
look at mid lane.
just a nice little bubble there, and that's gonna be first blood going to King Vivi. Nice little roam.
And it's an easy one. You're just like picking a mid laner, no flash currently, and I believe there is no answer to what happened in the mid lane. They're not even trying to do something in bot side. And ironically, JR are moving forward. They're trying to force something in bot side.
I mean, the game is just like all the lanes are kind of just chilling out. I mean, and this is exactly what they want. like Hyrulean, they're not really trying to do anything to punish this early game. So now it's like, at what point do you think the game will kind of just be out their hands? It's a 1.3k goal lead for the team comp that's just scaling and not really able to make that plays happen early.
Yeah, it's that simple. Like they're playing like I wouldn't say that GCC they have an early game composition, but they can get activated in early game. And speaking of being activated, this here in bot side, just a small trade, no actual engage here, but in top side,
Ooh,
all out been used.
That's a good all-out right onto the Nasus. He doesn't have that flash, does pop that ultimate, but he will eventually get taken down here as he gets knocked back. Flash forward with the twisted advance. He's gonna knock back him out, but he's gonna flash forward with that Q, gonna pick up that one. The all-out is over, but that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade there in that top lane. Bot lane, nice little bubble to peel off that Jinx, but that's flash forced away by Scooby. But so it's gonna be both bot laners from Jolly Rogers resetting here, and the gold is just gonna equalize a little bit now. But that's a nice little 1v2 play there for T-Die.
Yeah, Tidai got the kill, and also he got his first item, Iceborne Gauntlet, completed here in top side. The trades versus Nasus will be a lot easier right now. Nasus still needs some extra gold to get the same item here in mid lane. 2v1 situation, but Ari's just, she's so slippery. She had like the Spirit Rush, a Flash, W for extra movement speed, Charm, stop you over so it doesn't matter. You saw her, she can just get into the turret range within 3-4 seconds here mid lane. Oh, Ari almost stole the crap.
Oh, that's gonna be Kagren. Gonna get hit with the charm there, putting up the shield. But there goes the Aurora ultimate. They're gonna get a little bit of damage down. The snips won't do enough damage, but that's a smolder going across the bridge, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. Double kill going over to Go Theory, and that's a failed collapse there by GCC, and Jolly Rogers picked that kill up.
Jolly Rogers got 3 kills out of the last team fight. 2 of them went to Ari, and funny enough, you're the one who's playing scaling composition, and you're stacking drakes as you have mentioned earlier. They have the Infernal Drake, now the Mountain Drake, so 5% adaptive force plus 5% armor and magic resist. That's a lot of stuff to play against in this early game. 13 seconds on the Nasus ultimate. Malignance completed in Ares in Venturi at this point, and also she got the sorcery boots upgraded, so a lot of damage will be coming from this Ari.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. The thing is with GCC's comp, I didn't mention this, but their team has 0 engage. Like, they're purely a front-to-back composition, so like they're trying to make these plays, but they don't really have any good follow-up. Like, their entire team is so dependent on Jolly Rogers to dive in, but like they're not really a dive-in composition. So
True.
they kind of just chill out and like look for these picks with the charm. So top lane, that's going to be an ult. Both junglers coming up, so it's going to be a bit of a 2v2, but T-Die is just going to back on out there. Nick Bob is pretty low on mana, so he's down an ult now. But right now, I mean, next objective is going to be Herald up in less than a minute. It's going to be a Hex Tech Soul this game, so right now, gold lead's only about 2.5, but I mean, at this point, I mean, Loki, I think it might be kind of wraps. Like, it might be a little early to call it, but I mean, at 14 minutes against the comp like Jolly Rogers has, and you're down 2.5k gold, it's a little rough. I mean, but for an IBSG game, 6 kills in 14 minutes that's pretty low.
New
This is a
record.
really like meticulous game here.
Yeah, like a new record of playing safe in the game. Funny enough, and that's happening in top side, and watching this Gwen will be pretty hard. She still got the W, so no one can get closer to her. And Nasus in top side, I believe if he just recalled, he can get his first item, Iceborne Gauntlet. And as you have mentioned, GCC, they don't have a lot of engage tools, but they have a pretty crazy reset. If you give one reset to Jinx, you know that everything is about to go down. And what
Oh.
are you doing, Flock?
Yeah, I mean, the Smolder is what? Like for bare minimum, I can tell he's at least 130 stacks at 15 minutes. They're gonna go for that 1v4 dive here. He's gonna get tagged up, and he just gets taken out so easily in the 4v1 dive here. Looks like they're gonna try to trade something in that top side. There goes the Maokai ultimate. He goes into Twisted Advance. Not nullifies a bit of all that CC there. Let's see, he gets it all out under the tower, and he's just able to get on out there. So the CC layer not quite how they wanted, and he gets out. And T-Dye gets out scot-free, only having to blow the ultimate.
It's that simple to play Cassandra. You just pop your ultimate, get out. You have tons of dashes, and you're so good. And speaking of stacks, if you look at this small icon that we have on Smolder, you have 145 stacks. Here, Aries in the top side. 1, 2, make it 3. Trying to dive here, but Braum is here for backup.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Braum. I really don't think you dive a Braum, even with a wave that
And
big.
Cassandra.
Yeah, and it's a full tank Asante. I mean, the Ari hits like a truck, but I mean, it's a Braum. Braum literally blocks all of it, so that would be a bad idea. But I mean, yeah, I mean, with that kill bot lane, and a couple good, and they got that first tower bot lane also, they kind of bring that gold lead back a little bit there. Now they're only about down about 1.3k. Herald gets spawned to mid. I think if they got like a couple more autos there onto the King VV, but Herald gets pulled mid, doesn't quite kill the tower. A gust of wind will kill it. Ballistic Demon taking a lot of damage there, but nice little unbreakable to block the Smolder ultimate, but no more follow-up CC. Now gold lead goes back up to what about was before for Jolly Rogers. Drake spawning in about 40 seconds here, but now like late recalls coming out from Hyrulean heroes, so they're gonna be late to this Drake. It's gonna be a little rough because that Maokai yeah, he's also late. So yeah, I mean, both these teams, they're gonna be really late to this Drake, so it's gonna be a bit of a smorgasbord here fight for both these teams, trying to look for this Drake here. I mean, Hyrulean, they're trying to deny Soul Point, and then Jolly Rogers, they're trying to kind of bring up the scaling. Nasa's at 246 stacks, Smolder's at 169. I mean, this Smolder is supercharged right now. It's crazy.
She is. She got the Essence Reaver, and I believe she's pretty close to completing the second item here. We can see a battle for the vision at the same time, a control ward being brought here through the pixel brush that gives you an extra vision. You don't have bot prio, you have mid prio, but this bubble is pretty crazy. Can they engage? That's the question.
Oh, what? How'd that charm hit? What was that charm? I don't know how that didn't hit Cassante. But there goes all the CC layering going forward. Buckby have to force the flash away there. Pops the ultimate. That's a charm straight into Jinx's face, and she gets killed. That's going to be a charge with the Spirit Rush there. But why are you going back that way? What is happening? Why'd you click the Hex Gate? I'm not going to question it. But I don't know how to say that.
If he's an Aram warrior, I believe that's so expected. Like, you get the portal in Aram in just like a bit of a second, so it makes sense if he plays a lot of Aram.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it's still a one team fight overall. I mean, it was a 1 for 3 or a 1 for it was a 1 for 3. I mean, Nasus is just free. He got a free tower top. He was constantly split pushing. That was a 4v5 team fight. And Jolly Rogers win the team fight, and they get the Drake. I mean, this Ari is still really fed. 2 items, has a Malignance plus the
Shadow Flame.
The Shadow Flame. Smolder, he should be able to reset and get the Sphere Shojin, and that's going to be a very big spike here. But Buckbeat really hasn't been able to get into any of these team fights at all to just completely blow up the Smolder or the Ari. And I mean, this Nasus is still power farming 309 stacks pre 20 minutes. Like, that's a really good timer to have. I mean, and the Gwen, like, we haven't really seen this Gwen be super impactful in these fights.
Yeah, we didn't. I believe in top side we might see a 1v1 here. Nasus still got his ultimate here. All out in Cassante, about to get back from cooldown, so he chooses to play it safe. He sees Jinx, sees Braum. It's a 3v1. He decides not to take it. It's a pretty risky play here. Bubble won't planned. Play might go here for the Baroness, but probably no one will try to start it. And now I believe that this Sushi she got a death wish. Like, she's trying to play 1v2s a lot. and probably that might cost her death. But playing aggressive when you're playing Nami is pretty good and stable. She got the Imperial Mandate, which empowers Smolder more and more, empowers Abby, empowers Nessus. Like, I know we don't see Nessus
And
frequently in team fights, and
Gwen
oh,
gets
Gwen!
caught. Yeah, she's caught. I don't even know where she came from. Like, she was just in enemy jungle for no reason. And they just happened to walk in to the bot
It's a good
side
trade.
to get the
Like,
catch.
think about
Sure.
it. She got the chickens and she died. So good trade. Good trade.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? Like, chickens, what, you get like 165 gold? Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Go Theory. But the flash twist and advance by the Maokai. Well, this is mid laner there. Is T-Die is kind of losing out this 1v1 a little bit, but still has that all out for a couple more seconds there. That's a big damage going down there. Flash away. Let's see if T-Die is going to go for it. No, he does not have the flash, doesn't have any more mobility. But, yeah, I mean, T-Die is winning out in these 1v1s pretty well here. As mid lane, I mean, this is what we're talking about, man. They have no engage. Like, the Nami and Smolder, they can literally just walk up anytime they want with zero fear because there's no CC to stop them.
True.
Like, they hit with the slow, but I mean, Smolder has the E, Nami has the passive. You know, whenever you hit somebody with your abilities, you get them that movement speed. So like, you can't ever catch them really. So it's just so rough. I mean, there's just a lot to walk up on you like that, and you can't do anything. Smolder has 218 stacks. Nasus 363. I mean, this Smolder has amazing timing, averaging like a little under 10 CS a minute. Like, was it like 9 CS a minute? And
Which is
about to
still
hit the
great.
225 stack mark. Like in IBSG is like really good.
True.
So, I mean, this Smolder is feasting really well here. Drake spawning in about a minute and a half here. It's going to be Soul for Jolly Rogers if they can pick that up. And, you know, now at this point, I mean, this Cassante's full armor. So it's going to be a little rough in the team fights later on. Because, like, you saw that Ari and that Maokai, they're hitting really hard. But King Vivi and Marth Stoner roaming up into the top lane here. That's going to be a slow onto the...
He got the all out.
Cassante here, but does have it all out here. He's going to go on the Maokai, try to get him towards the wall, but very good positioning there by Jolly Rogers, and they're able to kill the Cassante here. Blew that flash there, unfortunately, and that's going to be Baron started up by the side of Jolly Rogers here. They do start it up on Vision, so they will get spotted, but they're doing this pretty fast, honestly, as Kagran takes that bot lane scuttle here. 8k slowly getting whittled down on the big purple worm here. Let's see. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to get called out here. Teleport coming in really late by the Aurora. Let's see what happens. As Kagran doesn't even try to go in for the steal there with the E, but that's going to be a team fight coming out there. Kagran's going forward with 1,000 guys, and it's got a big shutdown. Nice little flank there by Goat Theory onto Ballistic Demon. Nobody's there to block him. Twisted Debate's locking him down. The auto will pick him up as Goat Theory is just running rampant using all these resets. That's so much damage as Aurora picks up the bot lane of Jolly Rogers, but the team fight and the Baron go over to the side of Jolly Rogers.
You pick bot lane, you lose the entire fight, and you have like the extra topping here will be the Baron Nashor, the purple worm will go to JR. It all started with a team fight, a catch. You got Cassante out, and then at the same time, Ari, the split pusher, she said, nah, I'm sick of this. We will just finish this game. TPs gets a pretty good flank. No one is here to save Jinx, and she is out. Cassante trying to stop them from taking the soul, and I believe this soul won't be even contested here. And oh, look at this damage that's coming from Ari. She doesn't even have that death cap. It's not needed. She got everything that she needs to deal damage.
And like the Ari going for finishing that Zanya's is like for a lot of people, like this isn't even just like a low elo thing. This is just in general like an all elo thing. Like most people, like when they get really fed, they just opt for straight damage. But like it's very rare that you see somebody when they like, get really fed, they don't like optimize any like defensive items. So that's gonna be ghost popped by the Gwen, or never mind, she doesn't have ghost. That was just her ultimate. So I mean, it's just a struggle because like you have these carries, they're so slippery, and you have no hard CC. Literally, the only thing you have is just hitting the the Braum Q on somebody, or looking for like a really good flank by the Cassante to push him into your team. And like now there goes the Bramble going forward by the Maokai. And the Ari
But
does
they
so much damage. She's just going straight over and has zero fear there. Just your whole team is so fed. T-Dye is just going to get burned up there. Flash forward with the Foxfire. T-Dye is still alive there, but no more minions in the mid lane. They all get cleared out. 4 for none here in favor of Jolly Rogers. They have this Baron. It's a 10k gold lead now. They're finally going to break the base here at about 26 minutes, and I think they might be able to end the game here.
Jolly Rogers, they're sitting the base for this game, this series, and everything. They just got, I would say, what people might say the worst draft when it comes to playing early game, but in this game, they got everything under control. They take mid inhibitor, top inhibitor, and 2 base turrets are open right now. I believe that they will just recall for tempo, get extra items, and clear this game out. 11k in advantage, that's a huge number to play with. And speaking of huge numbers, look at Nasus' stacks. He got 441, and Smolder, she just picked up the Infinity Age 275 stacks, which is crazy to play against, and I believe at this point no one can just stop them. They're sitting at the base. They have, I would say, a plan, a master plan that they're trying to execute in this game, this series. They are sending a message, and it's pretty clear. No one, and I mean no one, can just play versus J or this with this playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate that both teams drafted a fairly uninteractive composition early game, and just Jolly Rogers, I mean, they just drafted like a really good scaling composition, and then Hyrulean, they didn't really draft accordingly for that. Oh my god! What? That was half her HP with a Nami E and Smolder Q. Flock puts up the shield. It's gonna block the Nami wave, but he's just gonna have to go forward there. Oh, he just flashes out there. Let's see, Cassante's going all out in the back line here. He's gonna get CC'd up. I don't think he'll be able to get the Smolder, and he will get hit with the bubble. Goat Theory picking up another reset on that Spirit Rush. And that should be the end of the game here. Kagrin is up with Buckbeat, but I don't think there's gonna be. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's gonna be Ari going into Zonias, but the Nexus is wide open. That'll be the end of the game there. An absolute stomp there. 28 minutes, 14k goalie, 22-5. As Jolly Rogers, Black Pearl pick up the first win in this best of 5 or best of 3.
We even thought that they will try to go for late game, very, very late game. The answer came in early minutes. They have gold advantage, CS advantage in both mid and AD carry, and we can still see that till the very late game. And they're just like, yeah, what are you trying to do? Play versus us? We have perfect KDAs from Mad, Support, Jungle, and Top Lane. Like 4 of them, they played pretty good. Most of them just died once. And when it comes to damage dealing, a Smolder will get the crown for this. And for this game, this series, I would say it's pretty convincing that they are here to take the title.
Yeah, like a game like this, I mean, I just want to see. I mean, you just got to draft like a more interactive composition. You need a little balance, you know. You got the beef
Hmm.
balls, but now you need somebody like a good go button, you know. And like,
True.
yeah, I mean, the Gwen, it just did nothing early. Like literally, I don't think we saw her gank like once.
Oh
Like
wait,
came like
Namishi got more damage than Gwen.
that's
And
crazy.
Brom.
Dude,
And
that's and
Brom!
Jinx. That's crazy. That's actually
I would
crazy.
like. Nami the goat. Nami the
Oh man.
goat.
That's why Nami is like literally like in solo queues like pick ban. It's like the in like I think it's like Plat or Emerald Plus. Like Nami is like by far like the most played support. Like Nami is so good. Like movement speed is so overpowered in high elo. But I mean, with a
True.
game like this, like Jolly Rogers, they absolutely stomped Hyrulean Heroes in the first game. We're gonna see if Hyrulean Heroes can come back, or if Jolly Rogers will get that 2-0 sweep and advance into the upper finals. So we'll be right back after a short break.
Stay tuned. On you. And we are back with game number 2. And Metis, he got like this iconic picture as. Man,
No,
I
that's
thought that.
actually me, lore wise. American flag,
Hmm.
pants and all. I did
Yup,
not
yup.
watch game one, so I didn't get to really see much. I only saw the last like 5 minutes of the game, but it looked like it was pretty one sided. Now we're getting into the drafts, and we're gonna see if there's any corrections or if they're going to be, anything fixed. Senna Seraphine probably bot lane together, which is very interesting combo. How do you feel about that?
They need to take a shower. They really do need to take a shower. I believe we need that for League of Legends. And like the audience will pick my side on this one. So Seraphine Senna, it's a pretty old one, and we all know how it goes. Seraphine heals. I'm sorry, Seraphine shields, Senna heals, and they just give infinite sustain in the lane. On the other side, actually, I love Mil Natalas. I believe those are our bot laners, and at this point, I have my small kitten laying on my hand, and she's super asleep. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but like she's so sweet.
Very cute. I was like, picking this into Wukong is very weird to me because like they're so susceptible to getting blown up at the beginning of a fight. If they just go enough burst to pop off of the Wukong ult, I think it's gonna be like a really bad matchup for them. It's gonna be Seraphine mid with Senna ADC and Rakan support. That's kind of a weird switch up. I was almost expecting Seraphine APC with Senna support, either going AD or Enchanter, because Enchanter Senna is, I think, in a really strong spot right now. But even going Rakan in the Nautilus, that's still not a great matchup for Rakan. So it's also very, very hard to play Rakan to Wukong because Wukong
Seraphine
can
mid?
cancel all of your abilities. Yes, it has to be Seraphine mid. I don't think they're gonna go like Senna top. It's the only other option they really have to move the draft
Huh.
towards. They're betting
It feels
tanks, so
like
I guarantee it's probably not going to be Senna top.
they overcooked. They overcooked a lot. Like you have Seraphine Senna, you pair it with Rakan, like from my perspective, I would say that I have seen that a lot in high elo, but like you can say only one or two players that do this nasty one that's playing Rakan mid. Rakan mid is
Rakan
with the
mid.
full, yeah, Rakan mid with full AP pulled. It's just nasty, and it
Interesting.
needs a lot of practice. Like there is two guys I can't recall their names since I play with no names in like the in ranked games. So like there is only two guys that make this nasty move, and one of them is like I don't know 900 LP, something like that, and like yeah, that's something I would love to see in IBSG. How can they actually play with this pick? And oh, they are just changing everything. So they revealed Rakan, so they suppose that he's a support. Draven gets in. Mel is the mid laner. So still pretty good composition. They have a really good diver, Nautilus. You have Wukong. Both can have pretty hard engages. On the other side, like you have Nocturne Rakan. That's something you gotta be careful when you're playing against.
They have a lot of dive, but I was just concerned for the Rakan because Wukong's ult kind of cancels all of Rakan's abilities. So he has to be very, very
True.
creative and go basically either kind of like a flanking Rakan or try to get it off before the Wukong can ult or do it after. But they've had really, really good draft answers as we get Yon top. I'm guessing. No, no, yeah, Yon top. Uh, wait, hold up. They
Yep,
might have clicked with
that's
the Yon. That's
Yon
gonna
top,
be
Rakan,
pretty
or
good.
Seraphine mid with Senna on the bot side. And me knowing IBSG, I believe it's gonna be Rakan playing with Senna bot side, Seraphine mid, which is not the best solution. He's just saying that Rakan would have made a lot of good and impactful plays if he's played as a mid laner. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
He's gonna have trouble this game either way, especially into Nautilus Draven bot lane with a not very damage heavy ADC. They might get caught in some sticky situations here in the early game, but we'll have to see just how the laning goes. Again, did not watch game one. I do really like the Jolly Rogers comp. I feel like it's very cohesive. It is very good answers into the GCCe comp. The only X factor I would say is like Nocturne Yone. That top side's gonna be really strong,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that that's going to be the X factor this game. But I do like the comp of Jolly Rogers Black Pearl a lot more, especially from like an execution standpoint. The only champion on this list that is any difficult to pilot is Draven, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like it. The rest of this team, if the Draven goes 0-10, can still carry them. The Mel's really strong. Wukong is really strong engage, and Ornn is just the crazy mage assassin tank. He does a lot more damage than people think. I think honestly, if this player is really confident on the Ornn, we could see a solo kill on the Yone in lane. Like that's how crazy this champion is.
I I totally agree. I totally agree when you're playing with Ornn versus Yone and you have Nocturne in jungle. It's just saying you can get the Brumble Vest maybe. You can get some other vests to your inventory and you will be unkillable demon in the top side.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of trouble with frontlining because this GCC team does not have a single frontliner.
Hmm.
So they have to be really creative with how they play these fights. I do you have any last thoughts before we start loading in?
I will just hit to break and see how can they break the ice in game number 2. See ya in a few minutes. action. And we're back with game number 2 here. Looking at both sides. You lost the first game, and now it's your time to redeem yourself, as always. Or actually, not as always. For the first time on this stream, I'll be your play-by-play. And joined by my friend here from all over across the world as the color caster. How you doing?
Doing good. Okay. I have something of note to say here first. Alright.
Tell me.
From what I know from my jungler that I play with, he said it is troll to buy health pot. So the edge already goes to Nocturne. Knowledge gap.
Yeah, I love that. I
Um,
love that. It's true.
Oh, as we get Rakan's topside. What is going on here?
That's a really good question, and the answer, I don't have it. I'm sorry for that.
Not a damn thing, apparently. Senna's kind of getting left out to dry in the spot lane, not able to walk up. Nautilus is probably about to go in here.
Yes, 2v1, and Senna, she's just left alone in the bot side. She got nothing to do, and I don't think that she can just match those two laners alone. And here Rakan goes in, damage stunned by Draven. Some axes are here, taking at least half of their HP bars into consideration, and I believe with time... Oh, no time even needed. Yeah, not even time needed.
That was a crazy swing by the Rakan. I've never seen anybody try and do that, especially this season, where lane prio is probably more important than it ever has been in the game. It kind of fell on its head because the fact
He
that
should die!
he go in!
Rakan, he has the flash, ignite, and the last axe plus ignite will be enough since Senna's here for the healing sustain. Pretty weird start from GCCe, as you have said. You have to take lane prio, and like something I believe he forgot, like the swap alert, lane swap alert. You can't do those stuff anymore.
I think it was just try to get a wild play to try to get Buck B ahead early, but this is also like, again, it's something you don't really want to see on your support is roaming, especially if it's on a timer like that. Roaming has definitely gotten nerfed this season. You have to have really good timing, and you have to leave on waves that are like either crashing or when you're ADC, or you aren't going to be able to pick them up.
True.
And this Nautilus Draven is probably going to run over this lane now. Draven unfortunately didn't get the kill early, but he backed and got a call, so he's probably just going to go back to farming, and they're probably going to try to aggress on a good wave state the next time they have it. Wukong is past bot, and Nocturne has just got his full clear done, has his pickaxe, and has tempo.
Ooh, good hook here coming from Nautilus, moving forward. Flash in from Draven, pretty aggressive. Your last axe takes it to 100 gold extra from the stacks. Double kill goes to Draven, and he is all in, taking everything out.
Yeah, that is a toughie. Now Draven has 2 kills. It's very, very hard for the Senna to now play the game, as if it wasn't already before. Wukong looking for a gank top.
Yeah, here in top side. Goes for the Q, I believe. He's trying to get the stacks for his Q one more time, but Oren gets a lot greedy and makes it a 1-for-1 trade, and I believe that's a pretty good trade for Yon. And something crazy here that he didn't go for armor stacking in his laning phase. You know, that doesn't make any sense that he's not buying anything.
He's probably just going for a specific item. It's probably just an awkward amount of gold. I think, like, just trying to get the most out of what he's building. But I do agree that he probably should try to rush plated steel caps, especially for this lane. And he needs also, like, a bramble or another armor item before he's able to make any of these trades. He also did over-aggress a little bit on that last play, and he probably could have let Wukong just try to 1v1 the own. Even if he got out, it was still, like, a decent spot for him. And we're probably going to see more fighting bot lane right now.
Yeah, speaking of more fighting in bot side, Dredgeline lands again. Draven with axes makes dreams come true. At this point, he got an extra lethality item, and now, oops, another Dredgeline. I believe that King Vivi is just smurfing this game, landing each and every Dredgeline that he got in his pocket and making it look so simple.
I mean, this is the power of just counterpicking bot. That's also why the bot prio is so important, because you want to have the advantage. Like lane advantage in bot lane is now more important than it has been in a long time. As Yone, this is kind of like how we expect the matchup to kind of go. Is the Yone is going to beat up the Ornn. I figured the Ornn would have a little bit better time early, but it might just be the fact that the Yone has the mana and the fact that he's like a tank killer.
I disagree.
Yone probably could have gone to combat some and probably would have went a lot harder as well.
Yone should just doesn't have anything to do with this laning phase, especially since he's playing double AD top and jungle versus Ornn, and Ornn is going for the wrong itemization. I believe he should have just started with Brumble Vest and kept stacking a lot of those vests in his pocket. That would have made a lot of sense for me, and now he's just stacking HP. It makes sense, like you need HP, but versus 2 AD, you need to just pick your fight and take it. Dredgeline doesn't land for this time, particularly topside. Still, we have a lot of fights in bot and top and everywhere. Own surviving, third shot. Make that guy Letty just chill a bit in topside.
The Ornn kind of just needs to chill. He's not down that much CS. He's down about 10, which is kind of expected as like a tank into Yone. He just needs to stabilize a little bit and not let this guy get like a super lead, which I think he's doing a decent job at. Besides the one death, I think he's doing pretty fine.
Yeah, he's doing pretty fine, and also I wanna keep an eye on bot side. This Draven, he needs to recall and invest his money.
Yeah, he's probably got a lot of money sitting in his pocket right now, and he's going to Caulfield's Hammer. And I was thinking he was going to go Collector, but he has changed his mind. Is that a hubris, maybe, on the Draven?
Yes! Yes, that's a hubris. He got, his score is just so high, so why not stack more AD in his pocket? I believe that Nautilus got his flash up and ready, and they might just go for a crazy play in the bot side at this point. Rakan is just trying to roam here. Draven got tons of stacks, and to be particularly 100 stack at this point. Draven, Wukong, name a champion, and they're just proactive. It's IBSG. A lot of weird stuff will happen here.
Yeah, we see Rakan's moving topside, leaving his Senna alone. As soon as they spot this Rakan, this Senna is probably going to get dove, if not right now.
Yeah, she should. She doesn't have her E. She doesn't have anything to survive with. On the other side, look at this fight on the mini-map. Void grubs are up here. 1, 2, 3. Anyone? Come on, guys. Let's do something here. Senna knocked off, and she's been taken down by this crazy play. Senna in the mid lane trying to survive here. Uses the ultimate, and it's not enough for him to take extra kill, and another one goes to Draven.
Yeah, Ty definitely went to the Jolly Rogers team there. They get so much bot, and then they weren't able to punish on the cross map onto the Mel. They did get 2 Void Grubs, which I think is like a win, and that's important to like get your wins wherever you can. But they're gonna have to make some sort of play as a team soon. This guy's fine. He's alright.
It's just Ornn. It's just Ornn.
They need to make some play soon to try to win back some of this gold favor, either on the next dragon or some crazy gank where they have to do something weird to try to get this into a good a good game state for them now. Because they're definitely way more behind than they should this early into the game.
Yeah, they're way too behind, and I believe it's only in the bot side, so hubris completed here from Draven. Flashes in on Senna. He's just not in the mood to stay
die.
down, and he takes it. He takes the
Oh.
ultimate, and he makes a scoopy play from the scoopy player himself. 17 stacks into Hubris. And this Wukong is moving to bot side. If this Rakan stayed, he is out. And also, I want to shout out to From Zero to Hero in the chat. He is just, he's a friend of mine. He's a challenger player, ex Arabian League winner. He played in a lot of big occasions in the West. So thank you for being here and tuning in.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, tell me.
Yon did not have ultimate there. If he did, that Warren was definitely dead. This is a part of the game where you have to be careful because Yon is going to get online very, very soon and do probably twice as much damage. He just got his boots, and whenever he gets Bork, it's going to be very scary for those Warren to match him in the side. Warren did get the Warden's mount early. I do think he also needs plated before he's actually going to be any sort of tanky against the Yon. And Yon is also going to heal a lot, and I think Brambles also could pull. He's just trying to take a little bit less damage with the Warden's mail. But we're getting first items online for the bot lane. We're very, very ahead. And the rest of the gold is kind of like not...
Keep going. And who's gonna keep going?
He
That's
got
one in the top side. Keep going, keep going.
Sorry,
It's
I was
fine.
like,
It's fine.
I was just amazed
It's fine.
by the fact that somebody's diving an Ord. I see this in every game that there's an Ord. They always dive him, they always die. That guy does too much damage. Even though he's that behind, he still can get a lot of damage off. We're gonna see a fight bot lane here.
Yeah, Nautilus just goes with the dredge line. Seraphine moves for mid lane, 3v3 in the bot side, and also keep an eye on Mel. She's moving toward bot side, 4v3. It's not an easy target to pick on, and I believe if they wanna pick any team fight, you should just stick to any place that doesn't got Draven, since Draven is just a player, a champion that you don't want to get closer to. And speaking of that, one axe, make it two. The third takes him down. 19 stacks into her burst.
Yeah, this Draven's gonna do that for as long as he can. They're probably gonna take this turret very, very soon and then just move around the map and just be a mobile, just like death unit. They're gonna be so strong compared to everybody else that it's going to be very, very tough to deal with the Draven. But you also have first. We get the dive on the Warren again. This guy, he's getting beat up right now. As soon as that Yon gets E again, if this Warren does not leave, he's going to kill him. Yon is about to get almost, probably about 1 to 2 plates here as well. We just need to see some play and some life out of GCCe if they're going to want to try to get back in this game.
He got the Omen completed. It's pretty weird to start with an Omen in the top side. You can have Sunfire, you can have, as I said, like the item that gives you heal cuts. You still have a lot of stuff to deal with in this game. I don't think that they have a hard AP damage dealer. Speaking of that, dealing tons of damage from Wukong, taking the first, second here. This knock got nothing to do when Shadow lands, but no one home. 11 kills, make it 12, and JRBP takes it home.
For plays like that, you definitely want to try to make a man-up play, and they just made an even play, which literally just means you're going to get smacked with the wallet. This is a tough situation. I did want them to make a play, and they tried. The Senna ult kind of came a little late, and it just kind of felt a little disjointed, and they did not go all at the same time. If the Seraphine and the Nocturne went at the same time, it would have made it a little bit better. Yon probably going to deal some damage to Ornn here. I don't think it's anything to pay attention to. This has been happening all game. But what's interesting to me as well is that the Nocturne has Profane Hydra and not Experimental Axeplate.
It works. It's not that bad. But what's really that bad is Ornn itemization. You can't start with Omen.
That's true.
That's a rule. You just can't. It's ridiculous to even think of starting with Omen. Yeah, it's good versus critical chance. And it stopped a lot of that damage. Oh, actually, she needed only one auto attack with an ultimate.
Oh,
Never mind. Only ult. That's. Thank you, Riot, for having Mel in our side, in our game, it's totally balanced. Like, Mel just got tons of nerfs, and she's still making all of that looks pretty easy. And to this game, 15 minutes, 13 kills to JRBP, and it feels like they're here to make a statement, as we have said in the first game. They're not here to just play the game, they're here to dominate. They're here to take every inch on this battleground.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with you about the Ornn randomization because of the fact that he's building Randuins and he didn't press tab and see that Yone has no crit. You're getting engaged here.
Yeah, speaking of engaging, this tower will act as a clone, and look at that! Nocturne choose not to continue with the team fight. He knows if he wins in, he's dead, and speaking of dead people, the Seraphine will join the Death Realm.
I don't know what Seraphine's thought was running into 4 people, but she just got her ult reflected back in her face and was not able to clear the wave, which I think is what she was trying to do. But again, you can't be playing Seraphine like that into the Mel. You have to be very careful and use that very, very sparingly. They're going to try to do the best they can to save this, but...
Huh? Ornn?
That Ornn is all to save anybody.
It's fine. You don't have to stop talking. Like, we're yapping, we're having fun. Ornn is not having a lot of fun in this game, even though his teammates are running with the game. They're sprinting to the cross line. They're taking it home, and he's, just chilling.
Like,
Not
I'm
chilling.
trying to, like, pass it over, but these plays are happening so fast. Like, we
You don't have to. Trust me, you don't have
400
to.
HP. I'm like, okay, do I keep talking or do we just bring this up? This Yone is the only person on the team that's ahead, and they're about to try to engage on him. Wukong, very strong as well.
Yes, 2v1 situation. When Shadow goes in, Yone buying some times. The Dredge line lands, Wukong dodges it, and it feels like Yone's time in this Summoner's Rift is about to get down. And now he's using all his kit to get extra time in the raft. And yeah, I love it. That goal theory just goes in, picks the kill, and gets out. So simple.
Yeah, they sent 3 to that topside play, and all GCCe didn't make a play in return, so this is kind of just like looking rough for them. They're going on the Ornn though.
Yeah, that's the play you were asking for. You asked for a play, they deliver into Ornn, and he's been like the guy to like use him as a sacrifice to the team plays the entire game. Speaking of sacrificing, Seraphine, you're a good singer, popular, but in this game you're out Draven. They're trying to turn that up. 3v4 makes it here when Shadow is not here in the team fight, but look at this. Yone stopping everyone and making them going back to their places. Draft might be hard, but executing this game is harder. Sana coming here. Mel goes for the flank. 1, 2, 3, ultimate, and you have 3 guys out.
Yone almost saved that play there. That was insane. They actually put up a fight there decently, way better than I thought they'd be able to in like a team fight setting. The Nocturne kind of a little bit too squishy to be able to do like these like longer plays. He's probably just trying to blow somebody up and just die and try to just trade one for one, or like maybe try to get just damage, just straight damage, and click some of these bounties. Yone almost cleaned that up. I think they just all had flashes because the fact that there hasn't been like any significant threats onto them until that moment in this game. But if they can pull off a Yono into Seraphino, that could be very, 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 very lethal. Even if you're down 6k, 7k gold, you could still team wipe. They just need to get some gold onto their carries. Well, obviously not the Senna. I think she's a little too far gone at this point. But she's still sacking. And if you can get damage onto your carries of GCCe, this isn't like completely over. There's always a chance for somebody to mess up, somebody into play, and then them to get some tempo back.
No tempo really matters here. Draven playing way too
Nice.
aggressive, getting caught in a crucial time. Baron just spawned, and I believe that's their green light to take this Baron Nashor. No, AD carry the guy with 5k gold advantages out, and they're just trying to take mid 30. It makes a little bit of sense. Ridgely lands 3v2 situation. Can they keep the ball rolling here? No ultimates. Seraphine is down. Wukong's down. And also, you have no darkness from Nocturne, so questionable.
They finally did the play. That is like what they needed to do 10 minutes ago. And they finally did it decently. And Young going a little buck wild here. Able to do it just because Champtiff. He just gets to do that. You know, soul and bound. What a great ability. That turret, 1 HP. Draven coming back on the map. I don't know who got the bounty, but Draven now at 3 items. Like, I'm pretty sure he just bought that. Now he's going to be still, like, super strong. He's up 5.6k gold. That's 80% of their gold lead is literally on one champion. They just need to get the mouth shut down, and then they might be able to get some gold onto people that matter again, and be able to do something with that.
Oh, Cyclone here. You bought Nocturne. You make him pay the price. Trying to go for darkness. Trying to survive here. Look at Yon. 3v2 situation. Draven is moving. Rakan is almost collecting souls here. And also look at this Nautilus. They might just fire up and get ready to deal some damage. Flash is in. Ultimate out. Draven with axes. Can he do it? 3v2 situation. Mel on the flank. 4v3. Alt takes one out, makes it a 3v3. Can he use the BlizzCon and get closer to them? Doesn't matter. Damage dealt already. Draven kiting, playing, auto-spacing, and making tons of damage at the same time. No execution been take.
It was a 2-for-1 play. And they got the Senna, but they lost 2 members of their own team. Like that, those are like the plays that are going to get you those small leads back where they matter.
True.
And shorten some of this gold lead down. They are getting a turret, so that is like makes it a little bit more worth for them. But again, you don't want to be giving more lives than you need to when you're making these plays. They just need to calm down a little bit. And not try to just fight them at every opportunity, because you'll have situations like that. And let's say if this Young gets a triple kill, it could make it really dicey once he gets to his 3rd item for the Draven and the Mel, who are your main carries, because they can get blown up very easy in these fights. This Yone is definitely, like I said in the draft, is the X factor of this team, and they need to play around that fact and make sure they're not making any overextensions when Yone is in the area.
Yone in the area, and he's dealing, he's making, and speaking of doing tons of damage, Wukong left alone, dies to hell here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players at the same place. Ornhorn calls it, goes for the knock-up, doesn't land into multiple members, but can Orn be the X Factor? Mill as the X Factor, taking 1, 2 with the damage, the Qs, and this Yone is taken out 4-2 to JRBP.
That play was almost going good for them. They just struggled on the targeting. Multiple people blew their loads onto multiple different champions, and just all like ulted somebody different. If they just all targeted, let's say Draven, and then the target was Mel, they probably would have been very successful there. They just need to cool it and make sure that we're all targeting the same person in these fights. I do think that the gold lead has definitely now gotten a little bit more out of hand. But it's still technically not over, just because the fact that this is a press R comp, and you can never really fully doubt them until like the base is being destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're having a foresight, trying to give Nocturne a way in, but this soul has been taken by JR, and as you have said, They are an press R combo. The problem is you're playing versus Mel. That he can just reflect Seraphine's ultimate. He can just stop Wind Shadow, make. She can't do anything to Rakan or Yon, but still, he can stop one of
Yeah.
the key factors that they use. And to complete the Exodia mission, you need to have all 5 parts aligned to deal it. Or in trying to stop this, Senna is 1 in 10. I believe she's just a little poppy trying to survive the apocalypse.
It's a little hard to tell where Senna is at with her stacks, but I think this is now the
She got
meta build on
Dusk'em
Senna.
Dawn. I'm
But yeah,
sorry,
this
but
is
she
now the
got
meta build,
Dusk'em
which
Dawn.
is interesting.
Okay.
Dusk and Dawn is now, I think, normalized because the fact that you can, off of like one Q proc, you can basically just get your passive stack on them, and you do
True.
like pretty good damage. She has AP scalings in her kit. It's not like something that doesn't make sense. Mel in danger having to TP out. They sent so many people to this Mel to try to catch her out. They didn't realize that they could just lose Baron off of that.
They lost Baron and Mel is out, so no counter play in hand already. Baron, 4k HP, and no one is here to even get closer. Draven, 5k advantage. Mid lane, make it 2. Support, like, ironically. I believe that Rakan got more damage dealt than Senna, somehow.
Yeah, the Sun has been struggling in these fights a little bit. I mean, they did have like I would say the second best response to like a stronger team taking Baron is like obviously you want to stop their Baron, but they just did the second best thing, which is pushing all the waves in, so it's harder for them to do anything with the Baron.
Flash, Ridgeline, and boom.
I don't even think she's worth the flash at this point. Let's be honest. That Wukong just got 58 gold. Yeah.
If you stole a cannon, yeah, that cannon that just like walking on the river, I'm sorry, on bot side, he will give you extra gold. Like, see, look, 67. 6-7 damage. Sorry for that. Wukong goes for the 2v1. Oh, this Seraphine, I believe she's just out with this ultimate.
Yikes.
It's just outrageous and hard to play.
Yeah, you love the Mel champion. The Mel champion's great. We love the Mel champion, right? That damage was crazy. I mean, this is just any mage that's 10 and 0, to be honest.
True.
But it's just fun to complain about the Mel. Now let's all coming out.
Yeah, and blink and she's dead. That's it. Blink.
I
boom.
swear I saw 45 gold pop above somebody's head right there. Gold they got from killing her.
Sorry for that, but this game is one-sided and you can't do anything about it. Raven 11-2. It all started with a bot lane dominance, and this base turret is about to go down. Baron Nashor is here, trying to go for the last hope, trying to go for the late engage. Mel dies first, goes down, and this Dredge line will get the Seraphine back to the Death Realm. No one is here to contest, and this base will break in a few seconds here. Draven is still in. These turrets are out. And game done. JRBP are dealing everything they can do. Draven quadra kill finishes the game.
If Yod had ult there, I think they had like a chance of being able to take that back. They're just getting wallet diffed at that point. They had some good looks. I think their good looks started 20 minutes into the game when they're down 6k gold though. They just struggled a little bit. I honestly did not like the Nocturne's build because I feel like he went straight like lethality, but I didn't really see him blowing anybody up like he could have been in these fights. And I think the Jolly Rogers team just got like they just did what their champions wanted to do. The Draven dominated lane, and the Mel just like scaled into the game and just like was just basically last hitting kills. Like this is like having 0 deaths on Nautilus as the engage is crazy. but at the same time, he's just trying to funnel the Draven, funnel the Mel, and they just did that really, really well. And the one good look that they had was the Yone into the Ornn, and they just weren't able to make any plays around the fact that Yone was ahead of the Ornn until it was too late into the game.
Speaking of top lane Ornn and Yone, the itemization played a huge role in top side. Yone is just going normal build on the other side. Ornn just testing some weird strats, weird itemization. He went for the we love to say to call it AP Sunfire as his third item, which is pretty weird. You can just go with the normal Sunfire, place it, go with the I would say the vest, the Brumble vest as his first item, like first item Brumble vest, then Sunfire, stack with armor boots, and I believe no one can just kill him. But starting off with the Omen, it felt weird. And speaking of feeling weird, Ornn doesn't have damage as Nautilus have. Like Nautilus is playing versus Senna. He got more damage than Senna, Nocturne, and Rakan. So that's just the support.
Yeah, the Nocturne, like I said, didn't feel like he was very impactful with the damage he was dealing. And I kind of expected this. I knew Yone's damage was going to be crazy. I almost thought Yone could have possibly had the most damage in the game just because he had some huge AoE ults and such. But yeah, the Ornn just built his Rainwind's Omen before actually even having crit on Yone. So he's getting zero
True.
value out of the passive. You get more value from having the Giant Spell and the Warden's Mail, just from the damage block from the Warden's Mail.
True.
But he also played Steel Caps really late. I would have liked to see him build that and either Bramble. I mean, Warden's Mail is fine, but I would have liked to see played it as well earlier. And I think GCC put up like an okay fight, even after their bot lane kind of got doomed from early. I think the rest of the team did okay. I just think that they struggled like early to mid. That whole section of per 20 minutes, they really didn't really play play the game, as I would say. They didn't really make a
True.
play. And they just fell behind from that.
They fall behind, and now they are down to the lower bracket of our, I would say, playoffs. So, GG well played to GRPP on winning this best of three. I would really love to appreciate and thank everybody that entered the stream, that watched the games, and came here to support the players, the casters, or the broadcast itself. Thank you to everyone, and I would really love to thank my co-casters. I would love to thank you, and we had an earlier, I would say, we had other casters that participated in the stream today. Thank you for everything. Thank you for tonight. And of course, thanks to Last Revenant for giving us this crazily good and entertaining production. Thank you all and see ya next week.